Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Noor Hisham, my colleagues. He's just 1 year older than me. So because we are in the Ministry of Health together, and my fellow colleagues, all the distinguished speakers, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. Salam Sarawakku sayang and Sarawak maju and makmur. Because this, I think there are 6 or 7 functions. So just now when I'm working in, I try to learn more about this bio life, But I was given some topics to talk about. So tonight's right, we gather here, not just the healthcare leaders, the researchers, the industry leaders, as well as the potential consumers, right? Basically to know more about regenerative medicines. What is regenerative medicines? It is part of Sarawak government aspirations for our drug discovery. A whole ecosystem that we want to develop, as well as our health autonomy for Sarawak nation building. And this regenerative medicines, right, is a whole spectrum and is evolving. Every day there are new things coming, and what is right today may be better tomorrow. And so and that's why it's a very fast evolving field, and it will come even. You expect the transformation even faster with the AI, because the AI will connect the dots, and the AI no need to sleep, and the AI is the brain of multiple Einsteins, and so that's why you expect a lot. But all this means what? All this means that it gives you hopes, it gives you empowerment, but it also means who is going to pay for it. It's going to be very costly, right? And I was recently in Fudan University Medical School in June in Fudan Medical School, and they told me that based on what they have now, they think, because on average people in Shanghai almost 90 years old. Average. I'm not saying the oldest, the average lifespan in Shanghai is 90 years old. This is China. How about Malaysia? 80 years old, you're lucky. In Shanghai is 90 years old, and based on what their data, they were telling me that human being can go to 120 years old. So the first thing I said, die. Mahathir is going to scold me for another 20 years. He's already abnormal, You know why Mahathir is abnormal? 100 years old, normal people already die already. How many 100 years old around? Still can scold people? So you better let him scold. And then from the CNN hot mic, on the 3rd of September, right? The CNN pick out President Xi and President Putin talk about longevity. How many years old? 150 years old, right? But you won't get it. I won't get it, because you're not President Xi, not President Putin. They get it first, But if anything wrong, they get it first also. So this is the equalizer, Because and so that's why we are here to learn. It's important to learn what is around. Even though the regenerative medicine is the next frontier, right? And there is also coming together is important. Connecting the dots is important. Connecting the dots sometimes is so strange, And connecting the dots, right? I tell you why it's so important. In June this year, I was invited by a logistic company. And the company is managed by this CEO who was a pharmacist living in Sydney for 10 years, back in Sarawak for 10 years, right? And he noticed that his truck, right, always go out Kundasang in Sabah, right, always overheated. But because being a practicing pharmacy, a manufacturing pharmacy, he noticed that the oil pump has a coolant, and he speak to Unimas. They took 2 years to purify that coolants, and he tested on different metals and different rubbers, and he tried on his truck. The company is called Hexagon Hype. It's more than 100 trucks. He operate more than 100 trucks. A pharmacist, CEO, operate logistic company. And for the last 1 year, right, his truck doesn't break down anymore. And he asked me for his company dinner, 20th anniversary company dinner. Normally I don't go, because if I go for company dinner, right, you know how many dinners every night I have to go? 5 years dinner, 50 years dinner, 75 years dinner, 1 year dinner, So, and what's interesting is, this come from palm oil. And he told me a few compounds that he know the medical values from palm oil. So I haven't had a chance to sit down with him yet. From a truck company, And so, also at the same time, Dr. Boom, our oncologist, at Sarah General Hospital, he was my MO. And I sent him to Singapore. Singapore sent him to US, and he's come home. Home is Sarawak. That's why he's here in Sarawak. He recruited 135 patients, chemotherapy patients who has hand-foot syndrome because of the chemotherapy side effects, and on using the trichotrinol acid from oil palm, right? And then he alerted me. He said, I want you to meet this company which give me trichotrinol acid, which is based in USA, right? And this company called Advan Health is 100% owned by Sarawak Oil Palm, Sarawak company, owned in US. This company in US since 2021, and the trichotrinol acid come from oil palm again. And out of the four pharmacists doing research there, 3 are Sarawakian. They want to come home. And that's why sometimes you need to connect all these dots. And I told Tang Sri Lin Chang Ho, who owns Sarawak Oil Palm, he at first doesn't even know that he owns this company, right? And I spoke to the son. I thought the son would know. The son said, oh, maybe my brother-in-law. It shows how less important this company is to Tang Sri. Tang Sri has so many companies, Xinyang, you guys have Xinyang? They make petrol boats for UAE, made in Miri, the petrol boat of UAE, still in the shipyard in Miri, made for UAE Navy, So he owns many companies. The important one, pass it to a son. Not so important one, pass it to a son-in-law. So you can understand the mentality. So I told Tang Sri, I want you to bring them home. Because Sarawak own company, Sarawak talents, why are they? Why? And testing in Sarawak GH. Why testing in Sarawak GH? Because Sarawak GH is a top first in human research site for Ministry of Health in Malaysia. And this is jungle of Borneo. So that's why we're connecting all these dots together. And recently I made a few company because of the geopolitics, listed company in NASDAQ. When I got geopolitics, we got China and US, and they come and they want to shift their production to Sarawak. And also a few of the first in human. So keep an eye on all these, and that's why I said these regenerative medicines, what the product you have today, tomorrow will be better products. In 1 month's time, more coming, because the speed of the discovery will be very steep because of the AI, right? And that's why we are interested, and that's why I'm here. Otherwise, you think I got nothing to do? This morning, the last function this morning, 1:30 in the morning. Then the next function is what? 6 o'clock in the morning. 1:30 is what? Kuching Marathon. 6 o'clock is what? Work hard there. You think I really got nothing to do? Then you come and do my work, yeah? And so that's why I hope that tonight, it's not just the industry, the scientists, the practitioners, and the consumers coming together, but also as part of Sarawak nation building, we want to know what else we can do. Because you said Sarawak no money, we have money, You said Sarawak has money, we don't have money. Otherwise, how do you think we can buy effing bank? Otherwise, how do you think we can buy Mars Wing? Otherwise, why do you think we can buy Bintulu Port? Any other state government can buy? Tengok saja. So that's why we don't want to get left behind. We don't want to get left behind, and that's why we want. All this can be part of health autonomy, and then we want to invest ourselves. Because why we want to invest ourselves? You guys heard of Ozempic, isn't it? Weight losing medication, isn't it? Ozempic. Ozempic is backed by which company? Novo Nordisk. Novo Nordisk producing what? Insulin what? Since 1920 they're producing insulins. But last year at the height of the company share price, right? Do you know that Novo Nordisk at the height of the share price in September last year is the biggest company by market capitalization in the whole Europe, from a company that nobody heard of it before. Right? How many people heard of Novo Nordisk? And to a company, the biggest market capitalization, the GDP bigger than Danish government. GDP of the company bigger than the country. So, do you think it's important or not? But of course now Eli Lilly and all these are coming down. That's why the share prices drop. And that's why I told Premier, that's why it's so important for us to invest and start looking into the life science, the drug discovery, and that's why we already started with Fudan Integrative Research Institute in Miri. And we are talking about using the AI data. China has a lot of data. I mean, like in Sarawak, we got 3 million people. Unless we're also sick, Otherwise, how to get 3 million data? And that's why we need the Chinese data for the time being. And so I encourage you to explore all this. Get ready for the adventures. Get ready for the transformations. And so that together we can do a lot more. So important, not just the scientists talking about. The consumer also need to learn more. This morning I was in a online scam and drug abuse seminars. I didn't realize that online scam, right, is 1.3 trillion US dollars market. And we have ChatGPT, right? They have fraud GPT. I didn't even realize it. So maybe we have to go to the dark secret to invest a bit on that, to know what is going on, Because and so I mean and it is why do you need a billion of policymakers around? Look at Donald Trump. What did he do? He sacked CDC directors. That's why it's important or not to bring the YB around. The Donald Trump just sacked everyone. And that's why it's important to engage with policymakers and people like me, right? Are very friendly to you. Otherwise, if Donald Trump is sack you, and not only sack you, he probably put you in the plane because we are Asian looking, put you in the plane, send you to South America first, and then you can go and appeal. And by the time they say, oops, wrong address, are you going to sue him? Too late, you'll be in jail in South America first. I mean, that's show the importance of policy makers. And that's why like a place like Fudan, we talk about integrative medicines, and that's why without the backing of the presidency, we don't even dare to go near. Because presidency has laid out the policy, 讲清楚说明白. So that very simple statement, but very deep more. 讲清楚说明白. It's not just like you think you understand what it means. These are 1.4 billion. A lot of countries in Western democracy country, right? The smart people, right, don't go into politics. The stupid one go into politics. That's why you got stupid policy. And then remember our white shoes and black shoes? You know, the minister of education said that we all should wear black shoes. Why? So that your shoes dirty, nobody know, ma. Right? And then all the smart ones also start wearing black shoes. Oh. So who is stupid? The smart one stupid. Oh. You're not in position to make policy, ma. And so that's why Donald Trump, he said he's not popular. He's only 50.6 people vote for him, more. But he create havoc for everyone, more. True or not? Now he create havoc for not only everyone, I create the havoc for the whole world. You know, and so that's why, and that's the importance of all the politicians, and important of us and need to know what's happening, and so that together we can fulfill our Sarawak nation building. And apart from science, you can have fantastic science, but if you don't have policy to back you, you're in trouble, right? And you can have if you think that you want to live long, President Xi and President Xi and Putin want to live 150 years. We never even dreamed that we want to live 150 years. You know, so don't let Mahathir know, because he is scolding us for 50 years already. So he said, wow, another 50 years to score. He suddenly become very strong. The adrenaline start running. And another 50 years to scold people. You know, maybe come back to the Prime Minister another 2 times. You know, so I hope you have a very enjoyable and fruitful and educational and informative dinner tonight. So and just because this morning I was in the War Hut there, I realized that we have this 3+1. What is 3+1? What is 3+1? High cholesterol, high blood pressure, high blood sugar. Okay, that's 3 lah, What's +1? Obesity, you know. And my father's time, if you had any of these 3 years abnormal. Now in Sarawak, even you're 60 years old, you don't have any of these 3, you're abnormal. Everybody has, why you don't have? What is normal? Normal means that majority, ma. You know, and so I hope that so we don't come here just for dinner lah. Otherwise, the doctor love you and not only the bio life love you the doctors love you also you know. But it's but if I tell everybody don't have dinner, Sheraton hates me also, you know. So it's not good for circular economy. So we have to bring everybody happy, you know. So when you're happy, most important thing is the knowledge and wisdom. And we are doing this at this point of time because we want Sarawak nation building. Yeah, we want Sarawak nation building, and I think majority here are anak-anak Sarawak, isn't it? And then your K is what? Your K, some of you heard what I said. Other people, K means kaya. Kaya is dangerous. People borrow money from you. You never tell people that you are rich. You tell people you're rich, people now you'll cheat you, scam you. Have you ever heard a beggar got scammed? Beggar never get scammed. Why no one scam the beggars? Everybody know that they got no money. So our K is king. King means what? Respect, homage, isn't it? We homage our king. So our K is king. That means that I want our all anak-anak Sarawak to be. How do people respect you? Because you do good things, you do the right thing, you are smart, you never respect people who are stupid, isn't it? So our anak-anak is K is king. For those who are not Sarawakian, you got opportunity. Our K is Gao-ing also. So you got a chance, you know. But make sure that you don't go back and tell your wife, Dr. Sim said you can Gao-ing second quarter or third quarter. That is not what Dr. Sim means. Otherwise I will be assassinated. Or nowadays US, they don't like you, they just give you a bullet, or you know, very dangerous, you know. So I wish you a very fruitful evening. Thank you.